Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another vlog. I am super excited for this week. It's the week before Thanksgiving and I have a super busy, fully booked week ahead. And I've shared in my last few vlogs that I had a little bit of a slow period there. Summer was crazy busy, which is a blessing, and then October kind of slowed down, which was nice. It gave me a bit of a break, but I'm starting to get a little antsy now and I'm just ready to be fully booked and busy again and, you know, make that money. Which, speaking of, I have an exciting update for you. So we'll talk about that later on, but I got here an hour before my first client so that I would have time to set up my Christmas decor. I feel like, at least around here where I live, literally like the malls and everywhere has had their Christmas stuff up since the day after Halloween, which is extremely early, but you know what? I'm gonna lean into it. I put up my Christmas decor at home last week. So this week, you know what? I feel like the week before Thanksgiving, it's festive, it's holiday time. So why not? I took all my fall decor down last week, brought that home and put it away, and I have all of the Christmas stuff here, and I'm gonna put a tree up in here this year. Because last year I did a little bit of decor, but it was sort of just like, it was very minimal and kind of last minute. So I want to really make it feel fun and festive in here. I love this time of year, so I feel like getting the decor up, having a little tree in here, playing some Christmas music. I have a Christmas scented candle, Christmas tree scented candle that I'll burn in here, and yeah, it's gonna be good. And then I have clients 5 days this week, which, you know, normally my schedule, I'm only in the salon 4 days a week. And today, my first client I have coming in, I met with her for the first time last week to do a consultation, and we're doing a color correction. Well, we're starting the process of a color correction, transitioning her from like 5-week permanent root touch-ups to letting her natural gray grow out. So over the span of a few appointments, we're going to strip the permanent color that is in her hair now and try to match up to her natural gray roots as close as possible. And I love doing stuff like that. I feel like it's been a while since I've done something fun and challenging, because a lot of the appointments that I've had lately have just been, you know, pretty standard, just touch up kind of things. So that will be really fun. So today we're just gonna do the clarifying treatment on her. So gotta make sure I have that ready. So yeah, let's get this Christmas decor up. It fits perfectly in the corner. So my faux olive tree that I normally keep over there, I'm just gonna bring that home until Christmas season is over. I'm trying to decide if I should bother putting the lights on it. I feel like I should, right? I'm not gonna decorate it with ornaments because that's just too much and it's gonna be a pain having to take everything down, but I have these string lights, so I feel like I may as well put them. I think they should reach. The only thing is there's not an outlet in that corner, but I do have an extension cord that wraps like behind this dresser over here to the other side of the window, and I think I could string it along there. Everything that I put out so far, I already had, but I forgot that I got these cute little black velvet bows. Since I'm not doing actual ornaments, I thought these could be kind of cute to just put along the tree. So, I completely forgot I got these. I think this is gonna be adorable. And they're wrapped with a twisty tie, so they're super easy to put really wherever. Here's the tree. I feel like I should have got a second pack of those bows. So maybe next time I'm near Target, I'll pop inside and see if they still have those. And I'll just get one more pack just to fill it in a little more. I do think a second pack would make it look even better. But I love this tree. This was the Christmas tree I had in my last apartment because it was really small and I didn't have space. So this is like the perfect tree for a small space because it's really narrow but really tall. I think this one is 7 feet and I love the flocking on it. And yeah, like I said, I've had it for a few years and obviously like it sheds a little bit, but nothing crazy. It has stayed looking really good. And I put this blanket and pillow at the shampoo bowl. I have that little pine and berry floral arrangement up in the corner. Flocked garland around the mirror. That little Christmas tree over there. Another Christmas tree up there. And then my forest fir candle. Once we get some Christmas music playing in here, the vibes will be right. So I'm gonna clean this stuff up and get set up for my first client. I'll show you her hair when she gets here. Hello, happy Wednesday? Yeah. Oh my god. I feel like I can take a deep breath now. I just did session number 2 on that color correction client. Here is how her hair came out. Sorry I didn't record clips throughout the process. It was just so involved. There was very, very little downtime, like processing time, because by the time I applied the last foil, I had to start pulling out the first section that I started with. And it was very messy too. You know, I had my gloves on and there was product all over the place and I have this whole mess. I have so many color bowls and bottles that I need to clean up. That was a lot. And then I was a little bit nervous because, you know, when the hair still has the color on it, and even after you wash it out, when the hair is still wet and freshly colored, it doesn't look the same as it's going to when it's dry. And so looking at it in the bowl, I was like, hopefully this turns out okay. Because I just ended up doing like a platinum card basically. So I did back-to-back foils. I put every hair in a foil because I was like, I don't want to deal with this red. Like, I don't want to leave this out. And her natural gray is like very heavy. Like, she's pretty much completely white almost. So I didn't want to have like this dark red color still in there that I'd have to worry about in future appointments. So I was like, I just want to remove that completely, start with as even of a canvas as I can, and then work from there and like gradually get her lighter. She lifted well, like the red came out, but she was still very gold. And it was at a point where I was like, I don't want to leave this to process in the foils any longer, because my number one concern with the color correction always is keeping the hair healthy. Because especially like once the hair gets damaged and the porosity is ruined, it doesn't matter what color you put on it, it's not gonna look good. Like, it's just not gonna take right. And then obviously the client's gonna be unhappy because you just melted all their hair off. So then I ended up toning her and putting in a low light that was just like one level darker, just to add a little bit of subtle dimension so it wasn't like super flat. While the color was processing, like that final color, literally her low lights looked orange and the rest of her hair looked green. So it looked like she had green hair with orange low lights in it while her hair was processing. And I was just like, thank God she can't see this right now, and I need to just trust the process and trust my formulation and not panic. But it came out pretty good. I was happy, and then I was nervous how she was gonna feel about it because it was so different, obviously, from her starting point. I prepared her. I was like, okay, I'm gonna blow dry the front and then turn you around and give you a second to kind of process this because it looks really good, but it's way different from where you started, and it's gonna take, you know, some getting used to. She definitely had like a little bit of a moment of panic, and I was like, oh my God, I hope she doesn't hate it. I hope that she's just panicking because it's so different, but not because she hates it. Then I finished blow drying the rest, and I was like, okay, you know, we have our next session in a couple of weeks. So I always suggest give it 24 to 48 hours, let the cuticle close back down. The color will kind of settle in that time frame too, and it also gives you time to look at yourself a little more, see it in different lighting, with different colored clothes on, in different styles, see how you feel about it. And if you can hold out for just a couple weeks till your next appointment, then we can get you to like the gray silver. But if you decide that the light is just doesn't feel like you and you're not ready for it yet, we can always tone you a little bit darker. I always make sure to reassure the client, let them know that there are options, and the most important thing is the hair is healthy. The integrity is intact, but she said that she's, you know, she's gonna just wait the 2 weeks. And I think by the time I finished blow drying her, she was like already kind of starting to get over the shock a little bit and was getting used to it. I will see her in a couple of weeks, and then we'll get her to her like salt and pepper silver fox final result. I knew it was going to be fine because I did a test strand first, and then, you know, we did the clarifying treatment yesterday, and I also used Olaplex throughout the whole process, and I didn't use anything stronger than 20 volume developer. But I was so, like, honestly shocked. There wasn't a single split end or anything on her hair at all. There was no breakage. I did a tiny dusting just because I always like to, just because why not, after such a big process, but like she really didn't need a haircut at all. So that was a really good feeling. So yeah, I mean, the whole process was going great. It was just kind of towards the end when it came time to tone that I was getting a little nervous because I was like, there's a lot of gold here and I want to neutralize that, but I know her hair is going to really suck up whatever I put on it because it's just been through so much. You know, every strand's been bleached and has been sitting in foils for like over an hour. So it's like, you know, it's a little extra porous right now. It's going to want to suck everything up. And it's definitely nowhere near perfect. Obviously, we weren't expecting perfection. I mean, it's a color correction and it's step one. But that's why being really thorough with your consultation and under promising is huge. Even throughout the process, I've learned you don't want to get too excited, because when I was pulling her foils out, I was like, oh my God, this looks amazing. It lifted so clean. There's like barely any warmth at all, but the lightener is blue. So it always gives the illusion when you're looking at it that it's less warm than it actually is. And then when you actually wash it all out, you're like, oh, there's actually a lot of warmth here. So I've learned to like kind of keep my mouth shut throughout the process and not get overly excited and tell the client like, oh my God, this is amazing or better than we were, you know, because you don't want to ever like put your foot in your mouth and then get them excited or have them be anticipating something that's different from what the final result's actually going to be. So, thorough consultation, also feeling out your client. If you are feeling like their expectations are unrealistic and they're impatient or they are not taking your professional advice seriously, they don't want to listen to you, you don't think that they're going to follow your aftercare instructions, then, you know, maybe don't agree to do the service. But I could tell she is going to be a really good client, and I hope that she can get used to seeing herself with lighter hair, because I think if we do another session and get her to like the final silver salt and pepper color that we're aiming for, it's gonna look so good, especially with her tan skin. Anyway, that took 5 hours altogether. So I have one more client that should be here soon, and she is just getting her usual root touch-up and a haircut. I'm gonna get this stuff cleaned up, do her hair when she gets here, and then head home. But yeah, sorry I didn't vlog more today, but it was kind of a crazy morning. I was running around a lot and then rushing to get here. And then, yeah, I mean, like I said, super messy process. So it's a little hard to focus on that and then also be worrying about getting content. But I think our next session, it won't be as involved, so I'll show you some more like actual behind the scenes of the process. Okay, hopefully that stays secure. Am I recording? Yeah, okay, I am. Hi, good morning. Sorry the angle is a little bit off. I am using my car mount, and this is actually the first time that I'm using it, I think, on this camera, even though I've had this camera for like almost exactly a year now. And it's also the first time using it in this car. So sorry that the angle is a little crooked, but I don't have too much time to fuss with it. My time management skills in the mornings are just not okay. All right, well, good thing that didn't happen while I was driving. But I wanted to vlog because I know I'm not gonna have a chance to when I get to the salon. And yeah, this is just a crazy week, as I knew it would be, but I'm trying to vlog as much as I can. But I have a very exciting update. If you guys saw my last vlog, I shared how I had been house hunting and trying to figure out what I wanted to do, because my lease in my apartment is going to be up in a few months, and I really love my apartment, truly. I have little to no complaints about it, but I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of over apartment life. I want a little bit more outdoor space, a little more privacy, and I was thinking about maybe renting a house or a townhouse or something like that. And then I started looking into the process of actually buying something, and I do feel like where I live right now is growing so much. I mean, some of the houses that I have been seeing that are for sale right now were purchased like 10 years ago, some of them even less, and they have doubled in price. Like, it is booming here. Sometimes I look back and I'm like, damn, if I knew that I was gonna still be here after going on 5 years, I wish I would have just bought something when I first got down here, because it would have been a lot cheaper. I'm like, you know, now is the time. If I'm gonna do it, I may as well do it, you know, and the sooner the better. So yeah, I have been touring houses, looking into possibly buying something, and I told myself, you know, what's meant to be will be, and I'm only gonna put in an offer if it's like really feels like it's the house for me. Like, it has to really check all my boxes and be exactly what I'm looking for and just feel right. And so I went and I toured a house that, funny enough, I had it saved in the Zillow app under my favorites for a while. It was like one of the first few houses that I had saved, but for some reason I never scheduled a tour to go see it. And then one day last week I was like, oh, I'm like looking through my saved homes, removing the ones that I already toured that I felt were a no. The house that I showed in the last vlog, I really liked it, but it had some issues and I just didn't feel good about it. And my real estate agent recommended against putting in an offer, and I just felt like it was going to end up being a money pit. There were solar panels on it that still weren't paid off, that they wanted the buyer to, like, you know, assume the loan on that. And yeah, I don't know. And I really liked it, but there still were certain things about, like, the location and the neighborhood that weren't like 100% what I was wanting and envisioning. Like, the houses were just a little too close together. Anyway, last week went and toured this other house, immediately was like, this is the one. I know it. This is the one. Like, it's literally checking all of my boxes. I can see myself here. Like, I can immediately... Some of the other houses, I was like, well, okay, maybe I could make this work if I... Okay. Apparently, I just need to hold the camera, so... Sorry for this unflattering angle, but... yeah, some of them, I was like, yeah, maybe I could make it work. I could do this or change this, or there was just like a lot of things that would have needed to be done that would have been a little bit of like bigger projects, more expensive projects. But this one I was like, no, I immediately, I have the vision. Like, I am seeing where all my furniture would go. I'm seeing myself, like, what a average day would be like in the kitchen, making my coffee, the yard for Benny, like all of it. We put an offer in the next day, and we, asked for a few concessions and a lower price. And I was like, all right, well, now it truly is up to fate, because if they accept our offer as is, then I will for sure know, like, it will ease any kind of like fear or second guessing that I'm doing, and I'll just know, like, yes, this is my house. And my real estate agent was like, this is, I think, what our best offer will be, and hopefully they'll accept. But she was pretty sure that they were going to come back and at least have like some things they wanted to negotiate. So we put our offer in on a Friday, like end of the work day, like around 5 o'clock. It was officially submitted. So I was like, all right, well, probably by Monday at like the earliest, maybe we will hear back. I would imagine it's going to take at least a couple days to like look everything over and make a decision. Literally that same night, we got our answer, and it was yes. They accepted our offer fully, completely as is. That was very exciting and encouraging, but it was a little overwhelming because I was like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting a response so quickly. And then we went out of town this past weekend. So Monday, we're in the car driving back into town. My boyfriend drove, luckily. And so I'm in the passenger seat on the phone, emailing, doing everything I got to do, signing stuff. Because they really, like, once the offer is accepted, they're like, all right, now we got to get in touch with the lawyers and let's get the ball rolling and do all the paperwork and blah, blah, blah. And you have to pick your homeowner's insurance and get the inspections and everything scheduled, schedule the closing date with the lawyers, have all the paperwork that they need sent over to them, pay your deposits and all of that kind of stuff. So we like rushed back into town. I rushed to the bank, mailed out what I needed to mail, like 30 minutes before the post office closed. It was kind of crazy. And this week too, it's, you know, a little overwhelming. So I'm like, of course I'm happy with the timing of everything, but because like when it's all said and done, it'll be nice to just get to like relax and enjoy my home and also have the time to like move everything in and get to enjoy it. But I'm like, of course, during the busiest time for like work-wise of the year, this is all happening too. So I've been like, while my clients have been processing, I've been having to take phone calls and it's just been a lot. But I also just feel really good about all the people I'm working with, because literally the entire team that I am working with, as far as like the insurance person, my realtor, my loan officers, the attorneys, everyone is all women, and it just feels so good. Like, yes, all these like badass, intelligent women. It's just good vibes. Like, I really feel good. And it might sound silly, but everyone that I'm working with is just so amazing, and I really like them a lot, and that makes me feel good, because again, it just like confirms that like, yes, this is correct. This is meant to be happening. There isn't a single thing right now that's giving me pause, or it just feels really, really good. Because I was nervous about buying a house. I'm like, God, this is it's a lot of money. It's a huge investment, and it's a big decision. So this has really been helping me like stand firm in the decision and just feel good about everything. So yeah, my closing date is December 9th. So it's happening real fast, because like I said, this is the week before Thanksgiving. So what is it, like less than 3 weeks now that I will hopefully have the keys to the house. So we have the inspections in a few days. So as long as everything goes well with that, that's the only thing that is still like up in the air, but hopefully everything should be good. It's not like a super old house, and everything has been updated in the last like couple years. Like the roof is newer, the HVAC is newer, so hopefully it should be fine. But we will find out for sure this Tuesday. Then yeah, as long as that is good and there's no issues, then we will continue with the process. And yeah, then I'll have the keys in my hand December 9th. And then it's going to be crazy because I'm planning on going home to see my family for Christmas. So my plan as of now, I think, because I know I definitely want to paint. Right now, all the walls are white, which is great. That makes it really easy. But I want to paint the walls, paint the kitchen cabinets, and I feel like it's just a lot easier to do that when the house is completely empty, and then clean it, obviously. So I think I want to try to get that stuff done before I leave for Christmas, so then that way when I get back, I can start packing up my stuff. And I think I am going to get movers this time to help me with my bigger furniture, but I'm going to still have some time in my apartment, and the new house is still pretty close. Like it's like less than 15 minutes away from my current apartment. So that's nice. So to me, I know everyone is different, and some people would prefer to just do the move all at once, but I really like the way I did it the last time, where I just did it gradually over the span of like a month, because I'm able to just do like one room at a time, and I can pack and sort of purge and organize as I'm moving, and then I can bring stuff over to the new place, put it away, organize it, and then it just makes the whole thing, like, to me anyway, less chaotic and stressful doing it a little at a time. So I think, yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and then save like the big furniture till the end, and then get movers to just help me do that, so that we don't have to be bothered like taking my bed apart and then putting it back together. Like that's the part that I'm just like, oh God, that's gonna be so annoying. That is the exciting update. I feel weird like officially saying like, I got a house. It's not official just yet, but hopefully by the time this vlog goes up, it will be official. And yeah, I will continue updating you guys throughout the process, let you know what happens with the inspection. And then of course, when it's time for all the fun stuff, the painting and the decorating and the moving and all of that, of course, I am going to vlog all of that stuff. I'm very excited, but I am pulling into the salon now. I have 2 clients today, and they're not getting anything crazy. It's just 2 standard appointments, so that's nice. Today will be a lot quicker and easier than the last 2 days have been. And then after today, I will be more than halfway through the work week. I'm gonna go inside and I will show you all of my clients' hair that I do today. Afternoon, happy Friday. I just finished my first client. It's already 2 o'clock. I went to Pilates this morning. I had to go to my lawyer's office to drop off a check for house-related things. And then I did my first client. Didn't get any clips of her hair, but she's one of my regulars, and we just do like some gray blending highlights. Now I'm just cleaning up and getting ready for my second client. Her appointment is in about 20 minutes, so it's actually really nice to have these little breaks in between. You need those little moments, even if it's like 15 or 20 minutes here and there, to go use the bathroom, get caught up on cleaning, laundry, just sit and breathe, eat something, drink some water. I have 2 more clients. Next one is getting gray blending highlights as well. And then my last one is new. She's just coming for a haircut. And then I am still working tomorrow, although I was supposed to have 4 clients tomorrow, and I was gonna literally be here all day long until like 7 or 8 o'clock, which normally on Saturdays, when I do work Saturdays, I like to be done by like 4 o'clock-ish, maybe 5 at like the absolute latest. So to have to work like a really full long day on a Saturday, I don't know why that just feels even more painful than like a weekday. But one of my clients canceled. So I was able to move everybody up, fill the gap in, and now I'll get done with my day a little bit earlier. I think I'm still gonna be working till like 4:30-ish, but it's just been a chaotic week. Obviously having all of the house stuff that I have to do. It's like nonstop. And I'm grateful that it's moving along quickly so that way I can just get the keys and start moving in, and I'm really excited about it obviously, so I would rather it move faster and like get in the house sooner rather than later. Like having the process be dragged out, I don't think would be preferable. But it's constant texts and phone calls and emails and things that I have to sign and things that we have to book, which my real estate agent has been amazing, and she's been helping me and honestly doing like everything for me really. But then I had to go to the office at my apartment complex and find out what I would need to do in order to break my lease early, like how much do I have to pay for that, and when would I have to give my notice and give them the keys and all of that. It'll be worth it. It's good things. I am so grateful that I am able to even do this. But yeah, that is the little update. So once I get done with work tonight, I'm just gonna go home and relax. I finished watching The Beast in Me. Is that what it was called? Beast in Me on Netflix. I finished that the other night. It was a mini series that was pretty good. Highly recommend. It was new on Netflix. And Stranger Things, finally, the last season, part of it anyway, is coming out next week. So I'm really looking forward to that. Comment down below, as always. I always love to know what shows or movies you guys have watched recently and what you would recommend. Oh yeah, also, the same day that I put all the Christmas decorations up, half of these lights burned out, so just the top half of the tree is lit, which is kind of annoying. But I don't have any more extra lights at home, and honestly, I just don't care enough to worry about it. It's so unimportant compared to all the other things I have going on right now, so it's just gonna stay like that. But I was just like, really? Really? Oh. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, she is feeling good today. I just had like a supermodel moment. I was walking to my car and the wind was blowing, and it was just like blowing my hair, and it was so funny. I was like, oh my God, yes. My runway moment. I am feeling my hair today. I think this might be my new go-to style for the moment. I'm kind of loving it. Like the soft waves. Because I used very minimal heat to do it, and I like the texture, but it's still like a lot more relaxed and smooth compared to when I just like let my hair go and wear it completely natural. I did blow dry it a little bit. I let it air dry like 70%, and then I took the blow dryer, and rather than like smoothing it out with the brush and doing like that usual thing, I just took my hand and I sectioned my hair like I would when I'm blow drying it, but I just kind of like pulled my hair down to stretch it slightly, but not fully smooth out the curls, and then just ran my blow dryer, and it just created like these really nice loose waves. Kind of like when I have a fresh keratin treatment, but like frizzier. And then there was still the tiniest bit of moisture in my hair after I did that. I'd say it was like, 95% dry after I did that. And then I put my hair in 2 braids on either side of my head, just regular braids. And then when I woke up, I had just the nicest, soft, loose, like beachy waves. And then I just grabbed a couple pieces in the front that weren't quite long enough to really make it in the braid. And I just took my flat iron and I just like went back and forth with it to sort of mimic that shape from the braids. Then I just put some oil to kind of like smooth it down a little bit more. And yeah, I am really liking how it came out. And I love that I didn't have to put a whole crap ton of heat on it. It should be a little bit more like manageable over the next few days than it would be if I just left it like fully curly. And it feels like more polished than that too. Let me know if you guys want to see like an actual tutorial. Maybe in the next vlog, I'll do it again and show you how I did it. Because I was literally just like playing around last night. I watched it and I was like, oh, I don't really feel like going through the process of doing like a full straight blowout. Let me just try this and see how it goes. And yeah. Anyway, it's Saturday morning. Well, I need to turn the car on because it's actually really warm today and I'm starting to sweat. Let's get this AC on, which is so crazy. The weather's been so back and forth. One day I have the heat and my heated seats on. The next day I have on the AC. You just never know. But yeah, it's Saturday morning. I am heading to work. I have 3 clients today. They're all returning clients, so that's nice. Everything should go smoothly. Everybody's just getting like haircut and then touch up, highlights, lowlights, that kind of thing. And then my last client today is actually my boyfriend's boss, I believe. I think she's his direct boss. But they work for the same company, like in the same department, which is really funny. And everyone in the company works fully remotely. So they've met obviously like through video chat and they work together every day through the computer, but they've never actually met face to face in person before. So we're going out to dinner tonight on like a double date with her and her husband. That should be fun. That is the plan for today. And then after I am done today, I can officially start my weekend and chill a little bit. I have a bunch of stuff that I have to do on Monday, but at least tomorrow I don't have anything that I need to do, so I can kind of relax. Maybe I'll start packing some stuff a little bit, depending. I don't know. We will see. But I gotta go to work, so I will see you at the salon. Okay, I am done. It is almost 4:45. This day flew by, which is amazing. Love those kinds of days. And I finished a little bit earlier than I was expecting, so that is amazing. It's almost dark out, but not quite, so that always feels good. There's something about leaving work when there's still some daylight out. Now that the sun sets so early, as soon as it starts to get dark, my body automatically is just like, all right, the day is over. Like, it's time for bed soon, even though it's only like 5:30, you know? It always feels so much later than it actually is these days. So when I get out of work while there's still some daylight, it makes me feel like I still have a little bit of energy left in me, and I don't feel like, oh my god, I literally have been here all day long and now the day is over. But I just finished cleaning up in here, so I'm gonna grab my stuff, head home, change, freshen up my makeup a little bit, and then we're gonna head to dinner, which I'm so excited because I am starving.
She's gonna prep this for you. Yeah. She I guess
Good morning. It is Monday morning. Dinner was really nice Saturday night, nothing crazy, and we ended up just going straight home afterwards. I thought I would just keep the vlog going, may as well. I actually first am about to head to the new house to meet with one of the inspectors. So we're getting inspections done today and tomorrow because this house has a septic tank and a well. It's done separately from like the regular general home inspection. So tomorrow is like the big shebang, the full home inspection. Today we are just getting the well. And actually I found out that the sellers, we had asked them in the contract to get the septic tank like pumped and have that be like clean and empty for when I move in, but they also got the inspection done. So we're going to be getting the report from that. So that's nice because it saves me from having to pay for the separate septic inspection. So I'm like, nice. I'm going to be saving myself a couple $100 there. So this morning we're just getting the well inspected. And then from there, I am going to go to the salon, record a podcast episode. Then I'm going to go to the grocery store, come back home, edit the podcast and post it. I can't believe it is already the week of Thanksgiving. It's crazy. Time is just flying by. As it always does. It always does. I always say, like, once September comes around, the year is basically over because the rest of it just flies by so fast. I know by the time this video is going to go up, Thanksgiving will have already happened. So I hope that you had an amazing Thanksgiving for those of you who celebrate. And it's nice that it is falling on a... I was going to say, it's nice it's falling on a Thursday this year. No, Thanksgiving is always on a Thursday. So... Okay, I'm gonna go. Oh my goodness. It is crazy out here. It's, like, what is it, 2 o'clock? Just about? Yeah, it's 2:10. I finished recording the podcast episode, came to Aldi. It is packed. I'm like, don't these people have work? Like, I'm sure a lot of these people are probably retired or work from home maybe, and they're just like on their lunch break. But it is insanity, and everybody, you can see like their carts. They're just stocking up obviously for Thanksgiving. And yeah. Oh, it's wild. But literally as I was in line getting ready to check out, I always grab Alani's at Aldi because they're the cheapest price. So I grabbed a few. I've really been into the cherry twist flavor lately. So I grabbed those and I'm waiting in line and I see one of the employees opening up a giant box of the limited edition seasonal Winter Wonderland flavor, which I can't remember if I've ever had this in the past, but from what I've heard, I know that like their fall flavor, Witch's Brew, they definitely changed it. It tasted different this year compared to last year. And I think I heard that this is different from last year too. So either way, I'm pretty sure I haven't had it. But if I have, it's not the same anyway. So I thought we could do a little taste test together. These aren't super cold, but it's fine. So yeah, Winter Wonderland is the flavor. So funny. One of my clients was talking to me about this and she was like, this is very specific, but it tastes like the variety pack of Welch's fruit snacks. And that is pretty much spot on. It's very fruity, but it kind of has a little hint of like a holiday kind of flavor, but it's not my favorite. I like the cherry twist better. But I'm glad I got everything on my list. So, oh, and it's just making me so excited for all of the sides. Luckily, my boyfriend and I have the exact same taste when it comes to food. So there isn't, except when it comes to these, I couldn't care less about Hawaiian rolls. He insisted that we get some. So I got those. But yeah, everything else, I'm so excited. We're going to make baked mac and cheese, which I have been making that the last few years. And each time I just keep perfecting my recipe. So I'm excited for that. Green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, peas, cornbread, stuffing. I think that's it for the sides. And then we're going to do just like a little like mini turkey. Like that, I think that's it. It's a lot of food for just the two of us, but it's great because then we'll have tons of leftovers for the rest of the weekend and we don't have to cook or go out or anything like that. And then we got apple pie for dessert. I also got some cinnamon rolls. That's kind of like tradition in my household. Thanksgiving and Christmas morning, we always make cinnamon rolls. And while we kind of get like the food prepped and stuff, we'll like watch the Thanksgiving Day parade on TV, have our cinnamon rolls and coffee. So yeah, I am so excited. But I am gonna just head home now, put this stuff away, edit that podcast so I can post it because it's got to go up today. And then in the morning, I have the full home inspection, and then I'm going to work straight after that. And I'm going to have clients the next 2 days. So I think I'll just start a new vlog tomorrow. So we'll end this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had an amazing holiday, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.